Social Studies subject for grade 5. Continuation of chapter 6, the Indian Constitution, part 3. In the previous videos, we have seen that what is a constitution. Constitution is a set of rules according to which a country is governed. Then we have also seen the need for a constitution, also how the constitution was formed. We have seen also the topic formation of the Indian Constitution. Now today we will see about the nature of the Indian Constitution. So today we will study the subtopic nature of the Indian Subconstitution. As we have already studied that it took a lot of time for our constitution to be written, and children, as I told you in the previous lecture also, that our Indian Constitution is the longest written constitution in the world. Our country's constitution is the longest constitution. No other country's constitution is as long, or you can say as big as our constitution. Hence, our constitution is considered to be the longest written. It is not considered, it is. So, it is said to be the longest written constitution in the world. Now, it is written in English and again translated into Hindi. Now, why was it translated to Hindi and only English? Why? So that it would be easier for the common man to understand. It was written in English and translated into Hindi. Now why English? Why not French, or why not Chinese, or why not Japanese language? Why only English? Children, remember that Indians were aware of English language. Why? Why were they aware of English language? It was the reason that we already know that the British had ruled over our country, India. The Britishers ruled our country, India, for more than 200 years. You know, after ruling for such a long period of time, the Indians learnt English language. They could understand and they were familiar with English language. So, our constitution was written in English and also in Hindi. And both the copies of the constitution was signed by all the members of the Constituent Assembly. If any decision was done or whatever was there written down, so it was signed by all the members, which means that all the members agreed on it. How many members were there, children? Do you remember in the Constituent Assembly? How many members signed that constitution? The number of members which all were included in the Constituent Assembly. How many members there were total? There were in all 299 members. All these members, along with Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, they signed both the copies of the Constitution. Now, what is written in the Constitution? It contains all the rules and regulations of the governing of our country is written in this Constitution. Also, the duties of the government. What are the duties of the government? What are the duties of various departments, various sections? What are the duties of a citizen? What are our individual duties? All these things are mentioned in the Constitution. Then also, we have certain rights and duties as a citizen of India. Even these rights and duties which we the citizens of India have is also written down in the Constitution. Our Constitution is written very minutely, taking all the points into consideration. Now, Our constitution has 448 articles totally. In our constitution, we have 448 articles which are divided into 25 different parts. Sections are made. So, this constitution is divided into 25 different parts and we have 448 articles in our constitution. These 448 articles are the different articles. I will give you just a small one or two examples. I'll give you, like for example, Article 45 in our constitution. It is a provision for free and compulsory education for all children up to the age of 14. That means no child can be deprived of education under 14 years of age. If anyone is found, he will be punished by law. This is given in the Article 45 of the Indian Constitution. Then we have another article, that is the Article 17. This was Article 45. Now I am talking about Article 17. Now in this article, what is there? This article abolishes the practices of untouchability. Children in the olden days, in the previous days, untouchability was practiced. But now, is it that we have seen anybody practicing untouchability? No. Practicing untouchability is considered as an offense. And if any person is found, if he or she is doing such an offense, that person is practicing untouchability, he or she will be punished by law. The person practicing untouchability will be punished by law. This is the Article 17 of our Indian Constitution. Then one more article, there are so many articles, children. For now you don't have to study all these articles in detail, but just for your knowledge I am giving you a few examples. Now the Article 25, what does Article 25 says? All these articles are mentioned in the Indian Constitution, and all these, whatever I am saying, it is not that I am saying, it is that this article is saying, and it is written in the Indian Constitution and nobody can say no. Now Article 25 says that all persons are free to practice and propagate any religion of their choice. Like for example, I am saying, I am a Hindu by religion. For example, I am a Hindu by religion and now I want to follow some other religion. I want to become a Christian. I like the religion of Christianity and so I want to follow and propagate about Christianity. So it is my wish to change my religion. Nobody can stop me from doing so. And if anybody is stopping, he or she will be punishable according to the Article 25. Every person, we are born to have religion. We have the freedom to choose our own religion. Nobody can say you that you have to become a Hindu, you have to follow Hinduism, you have to follow Islam, you have to follow Christianity, you have to follow Sikhism. No, nobody can force. Every individual, each and every one us, we have our right and we have the freedom to choose our own religion. This is given in the Article 25 of the Indian Constitution. Children, for now you don't have to study these articles in detail, but just for your knowledge, I have given you a few examples of the different articles in our Indian Constitution, as you should be aware about it. Then also we have some fundamental rights and duties which are again written in our Constitution, like right to equality, right to freedom, cultural rights, educational rights, and many more. Freedom, we have freedom of speech, we have freedom of religion, right? Is it that can anyone stop us from speaking? Or we have to express our views? Can anyone stop us? No, we have the right to speech. Then we also have Cultural educational rights. We have the right of getting ourselves educated. Nobody can stop us. Nobody can tell us that no, you cannot study, you cannot complete your education. Nobody can say. I am free to follow any culture, whatever. Nobody can say me, you have to follow this culture, you have to go to that culture. No. So each and every one of us, every individual has all these rights. As we have certain rights, we also have certain duties. These all things are mentioned in our Indian Constitution. Directive principles are there, and in that how the government should rule or run the country, those principles are also written in the Constitution. As we have these articles which says that freedom of religion, then no practicing untouchability, compulsory education for all children, all these. So in the same way, there are some principles which the government must regard to govern the country also. Also we have some duties. As we had rights, we have some duties. Now what is our duty, children? Our duties. What is our duty? Our duty is to respect our national flag and national anthem. We all respect? Yes. What do we do when the national anthem is sung? We stand in attention position, right? We respect our national flag. We preserve our natural environment. All the natural environment which surrounds us, we should also preserve them. And we should follow all the rules of our country, which all are written in the Indian Constitution. For right now, children, you don't have to study this in detail, but you should know all these things. So we have completed for the nature of the Indian Constitution. In the next video, we will see the guiding principles. Okay?